After years of missing out, I may finally be hooked on Outer Wilds. Last time, we've explored quite deep into the Ash Twin project, whether it was by accident or not, but there's more to find on those planets. So let's see if I can manage to get around the whole sand situation and return to the city and explore more. So we always start with Ash Twin always being full of sand and Ember Twin being uncovered. But that then means when we go into the city, the sand is rising. Yep, everything is damaged. Because I can't land. Shit. Finally, your ship can explode. I'm really going for finding all the ways you can die in this game. There's a big door. Okay, we've got some reading, but this doesn't lead to anything otherwise. Collius is missing. He vanished from Lakebed Cave, the one at the bottom of the dry lakebed at the North Pole, several days ago, and we're unable to find any trace of him. I don't know how much air he had when he disappeared. I beg any friend reading this, help us recover Collius. This rock is very familiar. Did you travel here, my sedimentary friend? Because your unique color and textures appear identical to a rock I met earlier. Wasn't this same rock fragment in the cave we found at the bottom of the dry lakebed at the North Pole? We plan to re-examine the northern lakebed cave. Maybe our friendly rock will meet us down there. Mahler and I went back to the lakebed cave and observed this rock again. Sometimes it's there and sometimes it isn't. Is it those moving rocks? That means this rock wanders like the quantum mundus. How curious. Yeah, hi. It wasn't here when I came in, and now it's gone again. Okay, so at the North Pole of this planet is the lake bed, where there were more rocks and the guy went missing. The signal again. Okay, yeah, this is the quantum frequencies from the rock. Is that the unidentified signal, or is there something else? Oh. Just appeared again. Yeah, cave shard. Friends, if you find any sign of Collius, I implore you to tell me. He vanished without a trace during our research trip and has been missing ever since. Mahler, some of us from the Sunless City are here to help search for Collius. Can you tell us more about your expedition? You have my gratitude, Burr. Collius and I were studying the cave's geology. We hope to learn more about a unique and wandering rock that visits several different caves in the area. Where was young Collius lost, my lord? He disappeared in the cave at the bottom of the dry lakebed at the North Pole. It happened in an instant and without warning. I turned away from Collius to examine a sample, and when I turned back, he simply wasn't there anymore. He had a limited supply of air, and I'm afraid for him. Hypothesis: we will learn more by examining the northern lakebed cave where Collius disappeared. Search quickly, everyone. We have no time to squander. Okay, so do we just need to go to where the North Pole is and then jump off there, down? Like, those caves keep going. They're taking me away from the North Pole. And also the place is filling with sand now. We're back to the distress beacon, so we can try to go into the city. See if we have enough time to explore. Oh no, oxygen is low. Okay, I think I figured out more or less how to land. It's not perfect, but it gets us there. Okay, we've uncovered a new thread about those quantum mines and rocks, because it's just impossible in this game to not end up fighting 50 things at once. But I should be nearby the entrance to the city, and the cycle just started, so We should have a while before it fills with sand. And maybe we can get to this high energy lab. Or something else that's also interesting. Okay, I guess another thing we can do other than the high energy lab is also the scope the fish that's in the cave. So we can turn the power around the fish on and see what's going on there. Yeah, this is near the door. Oh, but yeah, can we get closer to it, or we have to scope through this opening? There is like text down there, so it feels like there should be access. I'm not seeing any doors. Is there like top access somehow? Yeah, there appears to be like sand falling through the top or something, so it might be accessible from there. Okay, let's look at the high energy lab then, which is all the way to the bottom here, which that's gonna be a problem with the sand then. Yeah, okay, it might only be available when the sand is at its sand is at its lowest, which means we would have to wait the whole cycle where you know, the sand comes in here when we start. And then we have to get out and come back when the sand's been sucked back out, which hopefully fits within the timeline of the loops still. Stepping Stone Cave. Where does that take us? It's a cave. There are things here. Oh, there's light that direction, so... That may be where we need to go. Or is it just an exit from here? Okay, and there's that door. Some reading. Are we playing the fossil fish game tonight? I fed the fossil fish a new lantern. If you go to the Stepping Stone Cave, the entrance to the fossil fish cave is easy to see now. Okay, that's how we may be able to access that. Gratitude, Solanum. It's good you're small enough to climb in through the hole at the Anglerfish Overlook. I'm still small enough. You won't be for long. Mom and Dad are tall, and you and I will be tall too. Okay, so we should be able to get access to the fish through this cave, and then we can actually access it. We're meeting in the fossil fish cave to play the game. If you're too big to climb through the Anglerfish Overlook hall, you'll have to go the long way, but it isn't far. Go to Stepping Stone Cave and up and into the fossil fish cave. I tried to get the fossil fish through Stepping Stone Cave, but I couldn't find the entrance. Where is it? Remember to feed the fossil fish first. If you go to the Anglerfish Overlook and throw a light into its mouth, he will show you the way. Target can't fit through the Anglerfish Overlook hall anymore because he grew bigger. He's taller than Levi now. Who cares? Ilex is still tallest. Okay, so we have to shoot our scout into the fish so that we can see the light of it in the cave. And then we'll be able to find it. Okay, this is back to the city. Okay, so let's shoot a light in there. Okay, so that's lit up now. And we have to go back to where we were in the cave. But it's filling up now, so we may not be able to do this. Yeah, getting this timing to be just right is going to be a bit of a challenge. Because, yeah, we're back here now and this is filled too much. So I left the scout in there to light it, and now we're gonna go to Stepping Stone Cave. and try to find our way in, hopefully before the sun gets us. Yeah, we want to go to the cave. So I assume this all is the stepping stone cave. And we should be able to see the light. So yeah, it's like right there, but how do we get there in between all the holes? Well, if anything else, the sand's gonna raise us, but then we're gonna get crushed. Yeah, there we go. That's quite convoluted, and the sand has filled in, and my oxygen is low. But then, this is just this text here. Whoever was it when we ended last time is the anglerfish. Rule change, the anglerfish now has to wear a blindfold and do not peek. Why are we changing it? It's too hard if you can't see anything. Aunt Pie says real anglerfish are blind, so you have to wear a blindfold, the rule stands. Rule updates, okay, if younger kids don't wear the blindfold if they're it. The rest of us will still wear it for scientific accuracy and to make the game more even. The rest of us, the little fish, line up against one wall. When the anglerfish says go, the little fish sneak across the other side. If the anglerfish catches you, you're eaten. Last little fish to be caught is the new anglerfish. The old anglerfish gives the new anglerfish the blindfold and becomes a little fish. Okay, well, we learned about their game. Oh, but there's a thing to go up, but I have no fuel and about to run out of oxygen, so we'll just have to find this place again in our next life. Okay, now I know I have to actually shoot the scout down the mouth, because that will then should illuminate the cave entrance, which is below, not above as I thought. Above is where we want to then reach. Okay, to the cave. I'll see if I can find it without just wasting all my fuel, because it's like having less sand means we have more time to explore, but that also means we have to be getting quite high up here. Okay, I think I can see the light. It's right there. Okay, I made it with half my suit fuel remaining, so let's see if I can reach whatever that thing is. Okay, there's a door and there's text here. That's back outside, so at least we won't get trapped here. Anglerfish study. The long growth protruding from its head is bioluminescence. Perhaps it uses this growth to attract prey. A lure. An update. Mallow, while I was here making sketches of the anglerfish, I observed the children I saw earlier playing here again. They added a rule to the game that incorporates our research. It's wonderful. This anglerfish digestive tract suggests death by starvation. Visually, the specimen appears to be the same species as the anglerfish in Dark Bramble. We don't believe it originated from this planet. I'm entirely delighted. It's never too early to appreciate biology. Okay, so that's just them researching the fish. Cool. Yeah, that was a lot of attempts to get this information. To find out that, yes, it's the same fish as Dark Bramble. At least our ship is near, so we can refuel. Okay, well, the sand is coming to this planet, so it might be time to snoop around on Ash Twin again. Actually landed without destroying anything. Did I land in the path of the sandstorm? I may have, but I don't think I'm getting out of here anyway. We'll just run around and see what we can find. Okay, there's a lift to the top of this. Yeah, okay, I think this is what I took once, but then got blasted by the sun. That just gets me to the top in case of sand, I guess. Like, that's it. There doesn't appear to be much else here. I can see the other planet. There is the bridge structure. I've actually never read that one scroll that's there because I got sucked in the black hole and then lost that scroll, so that may still be an option while we wait for the sand to empty out. Okay, we can't get access through here because it's blocked off by the cacti, but we can just fly around. There's the dead guy again. Okay, can we get the scroll from the top and read it before the sand sucks us in again? Friends visiting from Hanging City, we are planning the Ashwin project at the High Energy Lab on Ember's Twin Equator. I become lost on Ember Twin, my gratitude that Rami found me. But the High Energy Lab is the building with the large solar panels. I'm surprised I didn't see it. I imagine our otherwise immensely clever Connor would lose his own head if it weren't anatomically impossible. Okay. Yeah, but we can't access it through the actual building. It's only accessible through the city, which is only accessible while the sand is extremely low. So we have to wait for the sand to be returned to this side. Like, if that's even possible, or does it mean we basically have to start the cycle and just gun it down there before the place gets filled? That's our sand level, still quite high. And the sun is looking redder and redder, I think. So yeah, I'm not sure there's enough time to have the whole cycle go both ways in one. The sun cycle to go both ways in one sun cycle. But getting there quickly before it gets covered by sun requires me to really get my landing skills up to scratch. Oh great, right on the cactus. That was not good. Okay, well, at least there are trees here. Another one of those things that might be openable to a black hole, or maybe not. Maybe I just bugged it out. Okay, there's some... Oh, no! I've been sucked into a black hole again. And where... Like, how do those things activate? What is it based on? The sand is calming. Okay, there's stuff to read down here. Here's our first delivery. Yarrow, 1 warp core fresh from the Black Hole Forge. Root is installing this core sibling on Pretty Hollow as I write this. My gratitude, Clary. With this, the Ashwin project is underway. I confess I'm deeply curious about what you and Poke found on the Whitehall station that started this project. Could I visit sometime to learn more? I recommend you do. The Whitehall station is the model for the towers being built on the Ashwin project, so a visit to the station could be doubly useful. I suppose more precisely, I would like to visit the Whitehall station with you, Clary. Yarrow, stop using this scroll to flirt with my sister. In romantic matters, her destiny rivals a neutron star, and go meet her on the Whitehall station. I'd be happy to explain our findings. I wish I could wait here for you to arrive, but the forge and my unfinished work there is calling. I'll return with more materials soon. Okay, we've got some more info then about the Whitehall station, which is, I think, the place we end up going to when we jump through the various black holes, but I don't understand how you activate this. Sometimes I walk on them and they send me somewhere, and then they don't do anything. And yeah, I've just then it's so disorientating once you get through that I just end up jumping back out sometimes. So like this one doesn't do anything right now. Like, do they activate when the sand is near? Is that it? Like based on the alignment with the other planet? And I guess my ship got sucked in onto the other side. So that's fun. The sun is looking angry. There's more dead bodies with the masks. Okay, so if I stand here when the sand comes, will this activate then? Okay, now it's jumped me somewhere. So it is based on some sort of alignment. Okay, that's back to Timber Harp near the mine. But now I can't go back. Oh, this is now showing things. Okay. Charge. Step on the warp receiver platform to activate return warp. Okay. There we go. Okay, so they are activated at a certain time in the cycle. So I guess if I went back to the other one and waited, it would get me somewhere again to the station. So it happened just as the sand was coming in, so we have to wait for the cycle, assuming the sand doesn't go while we're waiting. Nope, the sand has gone. Well, but at least we know we can just come here right away and try this warp portal again and try to get back to that place we were in. Okay, we've added Black Hole Forge to our rumor map. We've actually managed to make a connection between the some of this stuff, but some of it is still scattered. Are those like the other stars going supernova in the sky that we're seeing out there? Okay, I think based on that shape there and what we just saw, the way we go to the solar station is actually via one of those teleports and not by landing on it. So we just have to find out which one it is. Maybe the teleport is based on alignment with the place we're going to. But like the different teleports still distinctly teleport us to a specific place. So we just stand and wait for that one. Yeah, I've made some attempts to try to again teleport to that place with the core, but I just couldn't do it. Like, I've waited a whole cycle, but I had to sometimes step out to either refill my oxygen or to avoid the sandstorm, and I must have missed it or something else needs to happen because I couldn't get back in there. So I know this works, but I don't yet know what exactly the rules are. Like, if you look up from the teleporters, the roofs have windows and they have the shape that sort of looks like it could be basically aiming at something. So presumably you have to have alignment with where this is going for it to activate. Not sure what I'm missing right now. I've also, through standing around just looking at it, figured out that the cycle basically ends when all of the sand is transferred from ash twin to amber twin, which means there is no way for us to wait for the sand to transfer back to ash twin, and that means we basically have to gun it from spawn to amber twin in order to access the high energy lab before the sand gets there. So we're gonna try to do that now and see what we can find. Okay, we've made it down here, so the door is accessible and the sand isn't filling the place yet. So we stand a chance to actually find out what's going on. I assume we just follow this cable. Okay, well this is a problem because the sand pushes us down when we go in it. So, yeah. So are we basically locked from progressing until this place fills enough? Okay, the cable's going in there, but I can't... Oh, is it through here? Yes, it's quite challenging. It's not just working out puzzles and finding answers. You actually have to be able to control this quite a lot. Okay, we've gone up quite a bit, so hopefully that means the actual lab is much further up, and therefore we have time with the sand before it fills the place. Okay, we've got tank refills. And we got... Oh, it's a warp course. Can we power some things from here? Okay, there's stuff to read. Records show Naamai arriving at the warp receiver on Brittle Hollow very slightly before departing from the Whitehall station. Rami and I are devising an experiment to test if this is a real phenomenon or simple machine error. In theory, what we want to try to reproduce is a negative amount of time elapsing between something entering the black hole and exiting the white hole at its destination. Initial things first, our experimental setup will first pair a small black hole core with a small white hole core to mimic the setup on the white hole station. Hypothesis: it is possible for an object to exit a white hole before entering the corresponding black hole. Okay. Which means you could gain time? Like, it's a small amount of time, but maybe. An update. Our experiment has here reproduced the anomaly in arrival and departure times, but Pi is unconvinced it's more than an equipment error. I hope to strengthen the effect to render it visible to the unaided eyes. To that end, we've decided to try adding more energy. I imagine the Sunless City energy supply should provide sufficient. Of note, Rami Yarrow requested that we let him know before we reroute energy to the experiment. I'd hate to leave him in the dark. All available energy has been rerouted from the city to our experiment. Rami and I are about to run a new test. Hypothesis confirmed. Hypothesis confirmed. I saw it. Pi saw it. Hypothesis confirmed. This is beyond extraordinary. This changes everything. What a beautiful day for the intersection of abstract theory and practical application. I mean, that also then explains how they managed to get this cycle going. Yeah, if they figure out that works. The Southern Observatory is asking if creating a 22-minute interval is possible. That is, to have something out of 22 minutes before it's actually sent through the warp. We've learned the negative interval of time between departure and arrival can be increased by adding more energy to the warp core. Problematically, the energy required to extend the interval increases at an exponential rate. Yeah, so this is where we get to the... If we blow the sun, we can get 22 minutes. Hypothesis: creating a 22-minute long interval is possible, but we are currently unable to generate the necessary energy. Rami and I believe it would be necessary to invent a new method of producing energy, a thrilling but enormous undertaking. We would also require advanced warp technology able to handle such energy. We would also likely need an enormous space to fit those proposed new energy and warp technologies together. The only location large enough would be the ash twin. The energy is currently unavailable, you say? You're a gas pie. My pun was unintended, Rami, so I believe it's you who's airy form. Okay, it is supposed to be a pun, but I don't get it. Okay, another one to read here. The Ash Twin project will be one of our biggest undertakings, metaphorically and physically. To build it, you need a way to travel quickly between Ash Twin and each location that holds crucial project materials. What if we used warp towers, like the one we have on Whitehall Station, to connect Ash Twin directly to each critical location? Yeah, so that's what I've actually been trying to work out before, like that bridge thing on the other planet, the Ash Twin. That's all of those teleports, right? Pokrut and I can begin work on this immediately in the Black Hole Forge. This will keep us busy. Of note, each tower on Ash Twin will warp to a different planet. Yep, I've worked that out. My gratitude to those who noted my imprecise language. Yes, the sun is not a planet. I believe this would be sufficiently clarified. Kindly stop reminding me. We can design each tower to visually reflect its warp destination. Okay, I did not notice that. The Giant's Deep Tower, for instance, could resemble a cyclone, and we could model the Timber Heart Tower after Geyser Mountain. Okay, I did not notice that detail. Now, I did notice that the sun station, like, because the teleport on the planet is marked with that little square maze thing I've seen before. So I did notice one is visible on the sun station as well, so we don't have to land there. We just need to find the right teleport. Okay, so this is matching the towers teleports where they're going. So there's one like this, which I think that's the one I think I've not been able to access, because like the door is locked. The door, you can't open it from the outside, so there must be some different way to access it, but I've not figured it out yet. Yeah, this is the double tower where I've been able to accidentally teleport, but then not reproduce it. This is for the gas planet then? Or is this for Timber Heart? But that's actually more towers than I've seen, so I've missed some things there as well. But yes, is there more info here about when the teleports activate? Because that was my biggest problem, that even though I worked out their teleports, I could not work out when they work. Okay, so this is just a door to the outside that we previously couldn't access because it said, oh, you have to go through the city, which the unlocks don't stay between loops, so it only helps us for the current pass to have that open. Okay, but we can like take a black hole and a white hole from here and connect them. So if I take this, can I put this here? And if I take this, can I put this here? And that makes something. Somewhere. Okay, now it's powered. Need to open the window. Okay, now I've made... Okay. Yeah, it comes out before it goes in. Okay, but that doesn't let us go anywhere. That just shows us how this system works. But there are different ones. Like this one doesn't have anything on it. Is it just not working, that one? Yeah, that one's empty, so it doesn't produce anything. And I assume there has to be a black hole and a white hole. You can't, yeah, have two of the same. Yep. But you can't go back into the white hole. to on return journey. Okay, well, this basically explains the thing I've been trying to work out. But then, how do I know when this happens? Because I can go look at those some more. There's still more to understand. Okay, I guess that tells us that this cave actually goes to the city, but it's gonna be buried now, so it's not going to help. Yeah, so this is the local teleport, but it's currently inactive. Okay, well, what does that add to our ship log? Yeah, Pi Energy Lab, the Twin Tower designs. And that... No, there's still more things to find in the city. So we're not done that yet. But I guess there's still more at the Whitehall station, which is... I thought jumping into... Yeah, Brittle Hollow gets us to Whitehall station. So maybe we need to go there again now and spend some more time looking at it. Although, yeah, my sun might explode before we get there. And also look more here. Okay, from the top you can see the designs. And yes, there is more towers that I've seen. I guess I was just kind of stuck on that one side where I've previously managed to teleport, so I didn't pay attention to the other side of the planet too much. So is the situation that you have to be able to see the location from the window. There's more of them dead here. Like, I can only assume this is actually the Know My People and not any of ours. But then in our museum we only have skeletons. We've not found any of those. Oh, my ship got sucked in, so I guess we're not going anywhere this run. We're just gonna visit some more of the teleports. Okay. I think this one might be to Timberhearth. Yeah, because Timberhearth just came into view and I've teleported. Yeah. Yeah, so arrival time is just ever so slightly earlier than departure. But yeah. But yes, then I do wonder, is there some alignment of those? Is there some time alignment on those? Where we start at Timberhearth, use the teleport to get here, or does it only work if we teleported from here first? And then we can like jump to other locations really quickly to save time, or is that not how this is meant to be used? Okay, this is the tower of all the cacti that blocks us, because I saw that teleport be active a few times through the window here, but yeah, because that thing is on, which says this is active, I think. But the door, it only works from the inside, and I think this is the one to Sun Station, so yeah, we can't get in there easily. This is the two towers that can take us to the core and then somewhere else. I don't know how we know. Is there some way to work it out when? I mean, there must be a way to work it out when, but have I already seen it, or is that still to come? Okay. What? Oh, I've teleported just as the sun exploded. So I've returned from the explosion right before I died again. So that's interesting, because yes, that means you can hop. I mean, yes, we know you can hop back in time, but is that obvious? Is that obvious that that alignment there is achieved right before the supernova? Or is it just coincidence and there's another alignment for that one? Okay, I think what I'm gonna do quickly is jump again into the black hole and brittle hole and see if there is anything more I can see on that end of things. Okay, that brings us to this station here. And yeah, chunks of brittle hollow, because they all fall into the hole. And that's that satellite I was seeing once that I just crashed into and spun it out of control. Or like the distress beacon, I guess. Okay, I've just landed on top of this station. Okay. I don't know if there's anything extra here. I guess the projection stone. And there is a teleport to here. I guess that tells us that this has connection to the brittle hollow. Yeah, that's the one where if you fell through, that will return you. Oh, okay, so this is supposed to return you, but I assume only if things are aligned. And what does... I didn't find out in the end, what does this do? Or does that activate the... Okay, this shows us actually the orientation. So I guess this is actually confirmation that yes, you have to be pointing at destination in order to teleport with this thing. Yep, there we go. We're on the other side. And we're here where the other writings are, and yes, we have the projection thing, so we can put it in. Okay, we can see onto the other planet. But here we may be able to read the messages. Rami and I reviewed the records you sent, Poke, and they appear to show Nomai are arriving at the warp receiver on Brittle Hollow slightly before departing from Whitehall. As I've already told Rami, these measurements can't be accurate. How can a Nomai arrived on Brittle Hollow before he or she ever stepped into the teleporter? The implications are absurd. I don't disagree. It would mean I've inadvertently broken several fundamental theories regarding this universe. We would have to reconsider all of our beliefs about the nature of time. Poke, a spy is confident the reading is inaccurate. She's kindly helping me to attempt to recreate this phenomenon at the High Energy Lab. We're designing an experiment to take more data. An update. Poke, the High Energy Lab is in the canyon on Ember Twins Equator. Come here at once, you need to see this. I understand it's exceedingly odd, but Clary and I have tested and retested the equipment, and the result is the same every time someone warps. The interval is incredibly minuscule, roughly 100,000ths of a second. Do you suppose our instrument can't accurately measure time to such a small degree? Okay, so that's just more text about the whole teleporting is time travel situation. Because yeah, this is now activated, but that means we can probably only use the white hole end after we used it from a black hole end, so we can't go from Timber Hollow to the Ash Twin teleport. That's not how it works. At least I can get back to my ship. So yeah, this is the thing we see explode at the start. But is that the thing being hit by the signal that's like, oh yeah, it sets off the whole loop cycle thing? It does have an entrance of some sort. Whoa. Well, I tried to reach that thing in space, but instead I've fallen into Giant's Deep. But also the sun is about to go, so that will end this situation. And we found Gabbro. And as we know, Gabbro's Gabbro, but we're about to die, so hi and bye. I guess we can watch the end of the universe or the solar system together. But I guess we can't see anything because of the gas cover. I've learned more, and yes, it's definitely gotten interesting, but there's still so much to track down and figure out what it is and where to go and what to explore next. And I'm starting to bounce around the place again, so I need to figure out what to focus on next and see where it can take me. Let me know in the comments what you think about my attempts so far. And if you enjoy my content, consider liking and subscribing. And I will see you soon on another adventure.